Hi! Welcome to my tube! My name's Marge, I'm a Hailka empath, and I just like to do these little talks on how I feel about things. Good thing I didn't start a couple minutes ago. This would have an entirely different vibe. I believe in energy and vibrations and like attracts like, and we are our own currency, our own frequency. Bleep, bleep. We are electricity. So the same electrical principles apply to us as our electronics. A lot of people don't take that into consideration. So many people know the human residence of the earth is raising. Therefore, ours human residence is raising. We're speeding up. We're amping up. We're speeding up. All that go energy. We're just puppets on planetary strings. So, I always encourage people to know their charts. You know, it says stuff in there like, prone to dependence on alcohol and drugs. Escapism. Why? Because the world really ain't what I thought it was gonna be. I always like shows that were obscure, you know. So, I always liked all kinds of things that are obscure now that I think about it, because I'm pretty obscure. I'm Heyoka. I look at everything backwards, so I don't, everything that people are looking at forward doesn't really interest me much, because it's all the same. You know, how many freaking even Instagram, Facebook, all these people, you know, they see their whole lives of places like Machu Picchu and, you know, these exotic, far-off lands, and finally they get in a position to go there, and they're taking the same freaking pictures they saw. It's just more of the same. People are just, in the remaking, freaking that rad to begin with, you know? And all these young people redoing songs. Where's your creativity? Why can't you come up with your own little ditty, you know? I come up with my own little ditty every day. It may not be out of music, but it's thoughts, it's ideas. I think a lot of our senior citizen friends that have been lost in obscurity need to be hanging out with our spectrometers like me, and they need to, you know, and because they will always respect, and ASPE will always, well, most of the time, because, you know, we're big on alarms and accountability and punctuality and following rules. So how many senior citizens won't miss their prescribed pills or teeth brushings because someone is there to care for them? We're supposed to be living communally. No, we aren't supposed to be living as isolationists, you know. You know, whether it's in your wherever your isolation is, you know, it's an energy, and you know, I'm kind of a stickler because it's weird. It's Heyoka. We're just fluid. We feel all of the vibrations and of all the spectrum of emotions, and, you know, contradict ourselves. What human being doesn't? You know, you believe in God and then worship money more, you're a hypocrite. You know, unless it ain't a lot of rich people, freaking vow poverty, you know, because they're rich too. You know, I got all fired up seeing that old you know, and people get so much from just their position of when they're born. Think about all the people that are just, you know, it's like you're born to these people, and if you're in this country, you know, you're going to be born in likely of a more difficult time. But if you're born over here and these are your parents and they're rich, well, it's smooth sailing, you know, and it's just, where is the level playing field? Where did that go? You know, and that's the imbalance of the world. It wasn't supposed to be this way. There was supposed to be enough for everyone, and there's stingy mofos there that are, you know, and they're not just stingy with monetary, they're stingy with goodness. You know, when you try and take somebody's goodness, when you try to make somebody feel bad, a big, huge one right now is taking kids' essence, you know, the essence of a child, you know, the wonderment, you know, when you believe in magic and you see, you know, relatives and ancestors in different dimensions, and you know it and you're confident in it, until your elders start telling you, no you don't, no you don't. I never believed them, because heck, I look at the hypocrisy in them, and the hypocrisy in them is much bigger than the hypocrisy in me. It's all ratios, checks and balances. We're supposed to have. I never did good in classes like econ and history, because it's all made up stuff. It's all made up, and the rules change depends on who's sitting in the chair, and that never made sense to me. Especially when the people sitting in the chair are so self-serving, they're just doing things to help themselves out and their buddies. It's just not fair. You know, I've been through a lot in my life, and I managed to keep a pretty positive attitude all in all. I mean, I know people that have been through far less than me that have, succumbed to pills, alcohol, just going to it. Succumbing could just be selling your soul enough to go to a job that you hate, doing things that you don't believe in every single day because you want to buy shit. That stuff is weird to me. People want to accumulate and collect so much stuff because they think, that equates their currency and their position in life. But the reality of it is, the way I see right through that, the more people have, more things people have, more square footage you have, there's dark crevices everywhere. You ain't keeping it all clean, so the more people, I just always wonder, what are you trying to compensate for? I know all about compensation. I know all about it. Some of my biggest character defects, the ones that I really don't like, is like I get envious and I get jealous because I see so many people that just don't have gratitude, and they have so much other stuff in their life, and I have gratitude and very little else. And it's the imbalance in the world. The world that we live in is the one that we get, the one that we signed up for. Yeah, the world is the way it is because it has been allowed to be, because people got away with stuff on their watch. I can't hardly stand to look at any media because it's just more people not getting justice. They recommend the policeman that killed Eric Gardner get fired. I think anybody related in a death needs to be fired. If you're a police officer, didn't work out. You don't get to take somebody's life. Goes both ways. If a civilian does it, they go to prison, and then the state says, well, we need for this person $70,000 to house them in a cage. So that the actuality of it is so that they can, the state gets that, and then the freaking the guards that hold the people and treat the men and women as rats in cages, they get big pensions and $90,000 a year. It's all that and freaking disgusting stuff. And why won't it stop? Why won't all that stuff ever go away? Why will it always exist? Because people will always feel small and tiny inside. Yeah. A lot of people weren't held as babies. I was one of them. Then you have the people that, were held as babies and still can't find enough security in themselves. So what they like to do is that they like to insult people. Well, how can they be okay with what they have? So what can I do to hurt their feelings? What people do and say to each other to hurt each other's feelings is downright freaking sick and twisted. Because we're all vibration. And what people don't get is those hurtful, ugly, gross words that you're putting onto someone else. Your energetic body, your field, it's absorbing all that you are. And so when you be ugly, you go ahead, you be ugly. Be ugly, Declare your borders and your wars and your justices and your freaking creepy, crawly, nasty grossness. Declare it all to be yours. Because you know what? When people take, you're taken from yourself, and that's how cancer is caused. Yeah, how many sicknesses can be healed without modern medicine? How many sicknesses are started because of the marvel of modern, crazy mad science medicine? Yeah. I know people that have OD'd on opiates, alcohol, You know, a lot of these things are legal, but hey, it probably won't stop, because then how are the rich going to keep getting richer? Right? Isn't that how the world goes round, right? Is money all that matters, right? How many people like you, how many people see you. I ain't never been intended. See, one of my life my hang-ups, or whatever you want to call it in life, one of the things that I've gotten through is I just wanted to be treated as good as everyone else. Yeah, the idea is I would love to find one person that treated me better than anybody my whole entire life, besides me. It gets fucking old. And so, you know, I mean, it's like, in these examples, they're just like smacks in the face. They're just slaps in the face. Like when I was in 15 was a hard year for me. I have all had hard years, but Greg lived in Reading, and I asked to go live with him. He's like, well, no, because then I have to move, and I just don't have the space for you, and no. You know, and then what triggered me for years after that? The movie Parent Trap. I couldn't watch that. And then what happened is because my brother before me, when he was around that age, he got to go live with Greg. And he didn't have such a rad experience either. But I wanted the opportunity, plus my mom had a boyfriend that, you know, literally tried to kill me. But I told those stories in other videos. Anyway, so he said no after brother got to. And then I have a 0.5, a younger sister of me, that's 10 years behind me. When she was 15, her mom was hanging out with losers and stuff too. So my father, in all his nobility, actually freaking took her in, you know, moved into a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom to better accommodate her needs. Yeah. So it's just like, I know that these people have this shit in them. People just look at me and they don't fucking see me. People don't see me. They just don't. So that's why I would go around and I say whatever I want. I do whatever I want. People don't see me anyway. I am lost in obscurity. And every now and again I find someone else that's lost in obscurity. But you know what that's cool about me, and that's neat about me, is that I can be lost in obscurity and I don't hurt people. There are people that live out loud every single day that freaking try to intentionally hurt people, and that is freaking sick. You know, withholding, that mentality, sick. I get all this, and there's so many people without. That is a sick and twisted mentality. And so all those people that believe in sports and all the money wasted there, and governments, and fake wars, all this stuff is freaking these people at the top squandering and keeping things from everybody else. And it's just imbalance. And, well, the karma's being paid, and can't freaking feel bad for people getting their karmic retribution. Lord knows the world watches me get mine. You know, because I report on it here every day, you know. But I don't mind. I don't mind I don't mind living in my land of obscurity, because at least it's quiet and it's mostly peaceful. You know, I do worry about Mom. I'm really trying to get to where I want to be. You know. It's just, I put in so much effort in the things that didn't pan out that I got skittish about wanting to try to put effort in anything. And now I just, you know, the time for me that I've been going within and doing all my last final run through of getting rid of crap, you know, and there's no one left. I have very few people in my life, you know, and I give up. I give up calling. Because who wants to keep trying to talk to, I get the hint. You could have just said you didn't want to talk to me, or you just would, there's other people that you would rather put effort into, or whatever. But people are just cowards and liars, so they just ignore and they ghost you. And you know what? I don't want to be around those kind of people anyway. I'm ready to, see, my first part of my life, I experienced all that. I experienced all the vibrations of things that I want. So now when it comes into my field, I'm just like, nah, pass. Oh, you kind of seem cool. What are you about? Yeah? We got a balanced energy exchange, or is it just going to be more of me giving, and, you know, more of that? Oh, no? Okay, it takes me less time, like with that dentist guy that was here, you know? It's here for a month. Let him use my wireless, have a safe place to stay. Could have built yourself up, you know? No, you didn't choose that opportunity. Now you're freaking stranded in Casper, Wyoming, you know, asking for more handouts, because you'll get them, you know. People feel sorry for you. They'll get them, you know. So, anyway, my story. I want to start or finish up with this this final thought, because I'm going long today. I took a $55,000 pay cut to take care of Mom, to hang out with Mom. You know, she wasn't even ever really that nice to me to begin with when we were kids. She wasn't kind, she wasn't loving, she tried the best that she could, you know, with what she had. I came out when I was 18. Yeah, and her response to that is, when I came out I had gotten in a car accident where I'd gotten the $3,000 for a broken cheekbone and the settlement, and after I came out, she took that and took herself on a vacation, kind of thing. And so I know what it's like to have, you know, to be around people that take and that aren't for your best interest. What I'm really excited is to freaking find out what it's like to live on the other side of that vibration, where I can be around people that want things for me, good things for me, as much as I want them for them. So hopefully there's a place for me in Redding, somewhere around there, you know, that someone will, you know, I have an opportunity where I, you know, their new thing is now people want like $3,000-$4,000 to move in, and it's just you know, and I want to work. I have nothing but ideas, offerings to give to people. You know, I give ideas here, and you know, and I just see people get freaking paid a lot of money for stupid shit. So it's more of the imbalance. I'm gonna go ahead and meditate today, and it's raining today, so maybe I'll get to sit outside under some raindrops and try and focus on your gratitude. And I'm telling myself this too, and less on what you don't have. Just swim around, splash around that attitude of gratitude. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.